So, the smartwatch wars are heating up again. On one side, we've got Google's brand new Pixel Watch 4, and on the other, Samsung's sleek Galaxy Watch 8. Both just launched in 2025, and both bring a ton of AI smarts, advanced health tracking, and some seriously sharp designs. But if you're thinking about picking one up, which is actually worth your money? Let's break this down in a way that feels more like a real conversation than a spec sheet. First up, let's talk design, because that's the first thing you notice when strapping a watch on your wrist. The Pixel Watch 4 keeps that signature round, domed look, but now with the new Actua 360 AMOLED display. It's brighter than ever, hitting 3,000 nits, which means even in direct sunlight, this thing shines. Google also slimmed down the bezels so the screen feels bigger without making the watch bulky. On the other hand, Samsung took a slightly different approach with the Watch 8. It went with what they call a cushion or squirtle design, kind of a blend of round and square. It's slimmer and lighter than the Watch 7 with sapphire crystal glass and armor aluminum, giving it a premium yet durable feel. Both are water resistant, both look modern, but it really comes down to whether you prefer the elegant curve of the Pixel or the sporty, rugged vibe of the Galaxy Watch 8. Now, let's move over to display sizes. Google offers two options, 41mm and 45mm. Samsung also gives you two sizes, 40mm and 44mm. The Galaxy Watch 8 has slightly bigger panels at 1.34 and 1.47 inches compared to the Pixel's displays, but both hit the same insane 3,000 nit peak brightness. That's the highest we've seen on smartwatches so far, matching even Apple's premium offerings. Realistically, whichever one you choose, visibility outdoors won't be an issue, but Samsung's AMOLED screens are just a touch sharper in resolution, and combined with One UI Watch's polished animations, the Watch 8 might feel a bit smoother in day-to-day use. When it comes to performance, Google went with Qualcomm's Snapdragon W5 Gen 2 paired with a co-processor for efficiency. It's fast, snappy, and helps deliver solid battery life. Samsung, on the other hand, uses their in-house Exynos 1000 chip built on 3nm, which is smaller, faster, and more power efficient. That chip, paired with 2 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of storage, really gives the Watch 8 an edge for multitasking and handling the more advanced AI features. Neither feel sluggish, but if you're the kind of person who pushes your smartwatch with apps, workouts, music, and maps all at once, the Galaxy Watch 8 might feel a bit more future-proof. Alright, let's dive into the battery story, because this is where a lot of people get burned with smartwatches. The Pixel Watch 4 promises around 30 hours on the 41mm model and up to 40 hours on the 45mm, even with the always-on display running. Samsung is in the same ballpark. Its 40mm model has a 325 mAh battery, while the 44mm gets 435 mAh. Both support fast charging, but Google really flexed here with its new side-mounted quick charge dock. You can get from 0 to 50% in just 15 minutes, which is insanely convenient if you forget to top up before heading out. Samsung's wireless fast charging is solid too, but Google wins in pure charging speed. That said, in real-world usage, most people will be charging these every night or every other night, so you're not getting multi-day endurance like some fitness watches. Speaking of fitness, both watches are stacked with health and wellness features. Google packed in advanced sensors, heart rate, SpO2, skin temperature, CETA for stress, and even dual-band GPS. But the big story with Pixel Watch 4 is its new AI-driven health coach, which integrates through Fitbit. It automatically detects workouts, tracks over 50 different sports, and gives you real-time stats like cadence and speed if you're cycling. Sleep tracking also got a major upgrade with 18% more accuracy compared to the last generation. Samsung, meanwhile, doubled down on its bioactive sensor suite. Beyond the basics like heart rate, ECG, blood pressure, and SpO2, it introduced new metrics like antioxidant index, vascular load, and energy score. These are all about giving you a deeper understanding of your body, not just steps and calories. It even has a new running coach and improved circadian rhythm tracking to help optimize workouts and sleep cycles. Samsung is definitely positioning the Watch 8 as a more comprehensive health tool, while Google leans more into simplicity plus AI coaching. And here's where it gets really interesting. AI features. Both watches run on Wear OS 6 and both integrate Gemini, but they use it differently. On the Pixel Watch 4, Gemini powers things like Raise to Talk, smart contextual replies, and that personal health coach we mentioned earlier. It feels like an assistant that understands your routines and helps nudge you towards healthier habits. But Samsung went with the slightly flashier take. You can literally say things like start a 300-calorie circuit training workout, and the AI handles everything. It also has bedtime guidance, which uses your sleep data to create personalized evening routines. Honestly, both are cool, but Pixel feels more subtle and assistive, while Samsung's AI is louder and more feature-driven. Now, for safety features, Google added something huge: satellite SOS on the LTE model. That means even if you're out in the middle of nowhere with no signal, you can still send an emergency message. It's a real game changer for hikers or travelers. Samsung has strong SOS tools too, with fall detection, GPS, and LTE connectivity, but the Pixel takes the crown for off-grid safety. Both also keep staples like irregular heart rhythm notifications, pulse detection, and emergency contact alerts. Another angle worth mentioning is sustainability and repairability. Google really leaned into this with the Pixel Watch 4. You can actually replace the display or battery yourself with basic tools, and they've partnered with iFixit for spare parts. That's a big shift in the smartwatch space, where most devices are basically disposable if something breaks. Samsung hasn't made as big a push here, though it still uses durable, eco-friendly materials. But if you're someone who cares about right to repair, Google is setting a new bar. Of course, we can't ignore pricing. The Pixel Watch 4 starts at $349 for the Wi-Fi 41mm and goes up to $499 for the LTE 45mm. Then there's the Watch 8 Classic, which starts at $499, mainly for people who want the rotating bezel and a more traditional look. So pricing isn't going to be the deciding factor, they're basically neck and neck. So at the end of the day, how do you choose? If you're already in Google's ecosystem and love the clean Fitbit integration, the Pixel Watch 4 is an incredible option. It's got that sleek design, super fast charging, AI health coaching, and even satellite SOS for emergencies. But if you want the most comprehensive health tracking and a slightly more powerful chip for future-proofing, the Galaxy Watch 8 pulls ahead. Plus, that rotating bezel on the Classic is still one of the best navigation tools ever put on a smartwatch.